following is brought to you by Impact Plus, which has incredible monthly specials, all episodes of TNA and Impact Television, a ton of exclusive shows like Main Event Mondays, Joe Hendry's Food Fight, Walking Weapons Retro Reviews, Rough Cuts, and much more for the very, very attractive price of $7.99 per month. This is Discuss Impact. I am JaySin here, back again with the Horror King. Got a new sponsor. That's pretty cool. I'm sure Gary's excited. I didn't actually tell him. That was a little, whatever you call it. Got to give a shout out to my sister who just celebrated a birthday, and to the Wagner High football team who beat the piss out of their competition on Sunday, led by our producer Larry's son. And lastly, one for Jesus, because you never know. I'm JaySin, and sorry, got to mention again, I'm here with the Horror King, but I already watched Saw X. He didn't, so maybe I'm the real king. Also, his Eagles screwed a shitload of people by not covering, including myself, and one of his old favorite wrestlers went to WWE. So although I'm not happy with you, how you doing over there?
Oh, pretty good, other than having a coronary over the Eagles game, winning by a last-second goal and over.
What in the shit was that? Trap game, I guess.
Good thing we have a good kicker in Jake Elliott, so he's my MVP of the week.
I did worry about the, division, whatever. Some big news, just hot off the press or whatever. Legendary luchador Conan will be among Mexican wrestling legends at the Lucha Libre celebration from Impact Wrestling, along with Juventud Guerrera. I haven't seen him in a long time. Samurai del Sol, damn it, I forgot the other guy's name.
Oh yeah, I did see the graphic of it. I can't remember who it was, but we mentioned two.
Laredo Kid.
Oh, okay, and it's been revealed that Kenta will be facing Chris Sabin at Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
Pretty cool moment, because I wasn't expecting that. Like, this is something the tapings, the results never tend to show, which was, I don't think anybody mentioned that he'd be facing Kenta, did they, Jay?
Yeah, it's a good question, actually.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But really fast. So the Lucha celebration is happening on October 22nd. So that's the Bound for Glory Fallout. And I guess they're having like matches and stuff. Oh yeah, so also Black Taurus and Samurai del Sol, who I don't like that name. It's not catchy, but whatever. So that's literally just came out today. Check out ImpactWrestling.com. And more news. Edge went to AEW. I don't have much to say about that, other than I'm kind of shocked, and I don't know. I didn't realize he was so close with Christian. Like, I thought it was like a wrestling friendship, and not like they're basically kind of like brothers and family.
Oh,
Did you know that?
Yeah. I don't think they're actually brothers, right?
No, I mean, like,
Oh,
they're so fucking close. I think
thought that though.
Yeah, because Christian said, I'm not Christian.
Yeah.
I just thought I happened to watch the what do you call it? That stupid thing to do afterwards, where they. I hate to say it's stupid. I mean, I think I'm jealous. I think a lot of. Well, I'll get to that later.
Oh.
But I think a lot of them have fans are jealous, and I've seen it like online, and I don't know. I think they should just like.
I'm probably more jealous than I care to admit.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, they get all these guys like every fucking week. They get some huge name. They got so many shows. I mean, they're not doing incredible in terms of people at the shows. But goddamn, I don't care. That's not my business. I'd be really happy as a fan if I were them right now. But whatever, we're not. We're Impact fans, at least for now. Talking here. And we do have some more good news, as ratings finally went way up, back to .003. We were stuck on .001 for a while, which to me is danger zone and time to worry. Also, 126,000.
Oh, really? It did go up to a .03. That's been, what, 6 months since that high?
It's been a while. I mean, I don't know about that long, but it has definitely been a while since. I mean, it was just stuck on .1, and I'm like, you can't get. I don't even know if there was a .0. You know what I mean? Like, so. That's time to worry, in my opinion.
Well,
there's a horror sound that I have to throw on before I delete it. Okay, now go ahead.
Oh, just that, like, I think we're starting to see the ceiling level of how far access, how much you're going to get on access, and like 130,000 probably is pretty solid considering, the the platform they're on with access.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. And now it is time for Mark of the Week. Kind of a new thing we've been doing here, or at least I've been doing, because I don't know, I guess you could say I like making fun of people or just having fun or whatever. It's wrestling. I think a big thing in wrestling is it's just not fun anymore. Like if you look at Twitter today and whatever, Facebook, wherever, I mean, I think most of the worst people in the world are on Twitter, or at least when it comes to wrestling fans. And it's like just everyone's like, oh man, like, even AEW fans are like dickish about like, oh man, all these WWE fans are fucking crying. I saw one person say WWE fans are crying and shitting their pants right now. Like, I don't know about that. That's a bit much. That's very hard to do at the same time. I'm not sure if you've ever done it.
Sorry, Jay, I was being distracted.
Oh, sorry, fighting your dog.
What did you say?
Don't worry, you don't want to answer that question. You don't want to answer that question about crying and shitting at the same time. So, Sean Sapp posted about Aubrey Edwards was shown crying in the crowd during Bryan Danielson's retirement tonight. Tonight, Bryan raised her hand and embraced her after she wrestled a match with Zack Sabre Jr. And it's like the worst picture you could ever have of someone that he has on there. It's just such a bad picture. But also, she knew this was happening. This is all fake. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, this is the first
not?
time.
I mean, I guess it could be. It's Daniel Bryan, but I don't know. But like, she knows what's happening. It's not like a surprise.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing this. So
I just thought it was funny. The picture he used is so bad.
Definitely. Kind of like random news, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. And it's really not a Mark thing because I don't know, Sapp not really a Mark in that. Well, I just wanted to use something. It's such a bad picture of Aubrey. It just I'm like, use any other picture. I mean, Christ, whatever.
Well, I don't really care. You could probably put me in for Mark of the Week too, because I didn't want to accept that Edge would go to AEW.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, there was a lot like that. I mean, I actually lost. I'll be honest, I lost my original one, which has like there was so many people like that freaking out. But again, I don't want to bash Impact fans unless I'm using my crazy Twitter thing. Also, we have a Facebook account, Discuss Impact Wrestling. I only have like 11 followers, but it's pretty good. And I post a lot of news, and I post more. There was more people. So I saw this dude on YouTube making. He makes these videos. I forget his name, and that's a shame because he's really goddamn good. Maybe Nando, whatever. So he does this thing, and it's like instead of just bashing or critiquing things or like saying this is good, he'll add things and he'll change things. So basically, like instead of this sucks, it's here's what and it could be this sucks, but I would change this to this, or like
more sensible book.
But like but like he also gives himself like he can't go too far. He can't add characters that weren't on the episode. Like he's actually it's someone doing Ahsoka that makes sense because it's people he can't add to the episode. Like sometimes he'll be like the last episode ended like this and I would have put this here and that's cool, but like he can't change too much, and I just like the idea. So we're gonna try doing that when we get to the review part. Yeah, so we can do that when we get to the review part soon, and I think we got all the news there, right?
Yeah. Let me see if I. Oh, it was announced too this week that IPWF is having part 4 in Toronto, Canada, on November 11th. And
have we ever seen part 3?
No, that's what you had brought up, and I think it might have been around at maybe Impact Plus for a little while, but be honest with you, I did not get a chance to see it. I was getting around to it, and it was just one of those things I could never get around to it, so shame on me.
Well, thanks to our new sponsorship, we should both be receiving lifetime Impact Plus, and we can watch all kinds of shit, but we'll see how that goes. I've been screwed in the past before, and I
did have one other little tidbit too. The Gut Check 2023 on October 5th and 29th in the UK. So Gut Check back, folks.
Nice job remembering the news. Hell of a job this week by Gary, remembering things that I forget. I usually have a lot more notes written down and all. So it's time for the review section, and as always, I am not cheating, but I always read Christian Thompson from TJRWrestling.net and He-Man Chu on 411 Mania. And they have their grades are like so close, and I think it's just like, I don't know, I love it because I also am like, I'm usually like very close, or like maybe I'm a little lower these days because I'm kind of like super down on Impact. But so yeah, definitely check those out. And there was a 7 point. Hang on, let me get the goddamn 32. So Himanshu gave it Christian gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Gary, what would you give it off the top of your head?
Wow.
Sorry, He-Man, and then him. Okay, so we got a 7.5.
I would say for.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just gonna say for, I don't know, like it keeps like doing some kind of like a robotic background noise a little bit. I don't know why.
It happens.
I would give it probably slightly higher because I thought it was a much better put together show this week than say the weeks prior. I do know, like you had mentioned, it did spike a rating.
Yeah, I'm curious why. I mean,
there's something for everybody.
I mean, I think that's incredibly odd that these shows beat the Impact 1,000 shows just because, you know what I mean? Like, just the idea of Impact 1,000. I mean,
it is weird.
I mean, I thought that was kind of
shocked,
but I mean, so yeah, 7.5, 7.2. Gary would go a little higher. I would go a little lower with a 7. I think Gary is comparing to previous shows instead of just overall, which is fair, but also kind of not fair. I think they've been really shitty the last few weeks, so being better than a little shitty, is that really a big step up?
No, not actually. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just kind of feels like this.
But yeah, I mean, this definitely was better. I mean, just the opening. I mean, Sabin versus Angels for the X Division. Could have been better, they could have been a goddamn longer. I mean, how about waiting for this? You know what I mean? Wait for an Impact Plus special. Give them a goddamn feud until then. This is where I'm doing my change it part a little.
I look back at the episode 1000 and I got to thinking about it. Something that kind of bothered me about those two episodes from, was it Westchester County venue? I was really annoyed by the upper deck. It was all empty. Like there wasn't anybody up there. And like this week, I liked the way it was shot a little better because like you got up at the ramp there, they actually had two big Trons on both sides, kind of like back in the old Impact Zone. That kind of made it look a little bit more decorative up there. So kudos for them to try and change the look. Maybe this is part of that upgrade in production they're talking about. So
yeah, I hope so. But got to throw in some talent along with that production, I think. And I mean, this match was good. I just didn't like the fact that it was so fast. Like Angels wins and then he loses the thing quickly. So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to feel about Angels now? Like why not give them 2 weeks of a feud?
Because we get that. Yeah, we got that feel good moment with Angels, and it was unexpected by the vast majority of Impact fans, and then
already kind of
do it. Just kind of pull the rug out from underneath them next week.
Yeah, already pretty much totally forgotten. So, wait, before we get to it. So right now we got Shelly versus Josh for the Impact World Championship at Bound for Glory. Trinity versus Mickey, which comes up later. X Division, Sabin versus Kenta. And then, I forgot about this one, but Will Ospreay versus Bailey. I mean, holy shit. If you're like matches, that's a stacked fucking card.
Yeah, and I see something on Bailey. He said that matches. Expectations are there for Will Ospreay and himself to because we set them. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if this match is going to be off the hook or they're going to go the mile. It just sounds like it's something to behold.
Yeah, I just think this is a weird timing thing, and then kind of shit on Angels after, like we said, after he got his big win, then it's literally all about Kenta. Like Angels is probably back at the end of the line or on a tag team or won't never be seen again, and whatever. We'll see what happens there. And then Rhino, I hated this with every part of me. I just saw I don't know if you saw the graphic, but it was Rhino in action. And like, I'm sorry, I don't want to see that in the year 20, whatever the hell we're in, 23, I think.
Yeah, I know. I kind of thought we had kind of closed the page on Rhino and
Dreamer, man. The dude retired, didn't he? Yeah.
Even more so Dreamer.
And now, but for me, it's like, okay, one of them is okay. Like one of them, but I'm not going to freak out. But two of them on a show, and it's like, I don't know. And you got Jack Price here. Like people talk about, like we even say it. We don't have enough talent. Well, we have Jack Price. Why not use this guy more?
But with me and Jay, we're going to throw it out there. Tommy, we love you. You've done everything you could ever do in wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to step aside. I'm sorry. You kind of do. It's I think the sun's kind of set on your career, and no disrespect, Tommy. But
we'll get to the champion in a minute. First, we have to. So Macklin, I'm sorry, Rhino killed Price, which I don't like because Price I think he won gut check years ago, and he's just done absolutely nothing. He's got a decent, I don't see. Whoops, sorry. Oh God, my alarm. Okay, so he has a decent, he's a decent look. I think he needs a better look, but he's a good wrestler from what I've seen. And whatever, I hated this again. Macklin comes down, so now we're gonna have a goddamn Rhino Macklin. I feel like I've seen this already, and I don't care. And Macklin doesn't need it, but whatever. Tasha backstage, that's a fun thing. Really made me smile. But there's way too much. Why is everyone friends when it's with the knockouts right now?
Yeah, well, all I could think of is kind of all like with the way they've been booking Deonna losing all the big ones. All I could think of is they think the next best step for her is maybe to regain the women's tag team title with somebody like a Tasha Steelz. Just because they never have.
Why don't they think of that with Giselle, who literally has lost every big match she has ever been in on Impact, which is totally insane, terrible booking. But I also think Scott just can't put the title on her because that's when shit will really get bad. So Tasha and Deonna are going to team up. I also think this is, we've heard news that Deonna's going to be leaving. It's pretty much set that Sammy is leaving, and that one really hurts because he has friends. He's friggin' creative, and they're talking about using him in creative elsewhere. And we talked about that last week.
That's the tough part for me. But I feel like too, his injuries have really hurt his spot back, and I kind of feel like we should kind of maybe go somebody with less injury, injury in their past.
I don't want to call someone overweight, although I am right now. But when it happens from, like an injury, I think it's okay. Like he just. Plus, maybe he can't work. Maybe he can't do certain things to lose the weight. But he definitely looks overweight.
Yeah, and I feel like his work rate has dropped severely.
Oh, not even. He was the 2-time wrestler of the year. Yeah. Remember the matches with Tessa?
Yeah, I remember his match with Pentagon Junior.
Oh my God, Jesus God.
That match was off the hook, and he has not even remotely reached that level since.
That's what I mean when I talk about things getting worse. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be a fucking hater.
No, I don't either.
When we got Rhino and Dreamer, when we just were talking about these things that weren't fucking 20 years ago. These things were a year ago, 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we're back to the Eddie and Kazarian thing. And I got to say, I think I'm turning to your side on this. When is this going to end? Well, I think I did say it was going to end at Bound for Glory. So
yeah, it's good.
I guess I kind of nailed it.
Kind of dragged on for my liking because it's
how many makes sense. To be fair, everything makes sense because they did say Tracy beat Alicia, but Kaz didn't beat Eddie.
But I would have thought once they brought up so Killer Kowalski,
totally.
That kind of would have been the nail in the coffin
for
the feet.
Or then bringing in Tracy, and then I thought the mixed match was the final for this, but I don't know. Please God, put them in a gimmick match. How about that? For the love of God. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm sorry. There's just not everything has to be a straight up one-on-one goddamn match. I'm so tired of it.
Or maybe why not consider them a tag team? I know your enemy, however it goes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
You know what I mean? They're evenly, they're even in the ring.
Maybe that's how it ends. Fuck it, we hug it out. And there's a picture. And there's the ghost of Killer Kowalski in the background, like a Force ghost from the Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know if they want to go that far, but
yeah,
that'll get people talking using a ghost.
But we all know both guys are capable of holding their own.
But also they might be two of the best wrestlers on the roster. So if you want to put them on it, and right now they're also two of the biggest names on the roster. And again, this is my problem with Rosemary. Impact does not have names right now, and Rosemary is not Rosemary when she would be probably one of the biggest names. Everyone fucking loves Rosemary. She's a name. People, Impact fans love her, know her. I was also thinking terrible timing after they did a diary of Rosemary where she talked about her, inner demons and all that, and then she changes to another person. Like, we loved her more than ever after that, and then she changes.
Yeah, that's kind of like my thing with Frankie and Eddie is they're being booked decent, but like, are they being booked decent enough to want to stay around? I mean, Eddie maybe more so because he did sign a contract, didn't he, recently to extend it or what?
Yeah,
but I mean,
I'm guessing they're happy working with their wives and they're close and having fun with this, even if it's not the best creative.
Frankie kind of went out of his way to leave
totally.
to come to it. You know what I mean? And like, he took a chance, he took a gamble.
And guess what? If you piss him off, that is not good for anyone in the future. And like you're saying, like we talked about PCO last week. I don't know if we mentioned that. I don't know if we mentioned that part, but supposedly it came down to money or creative. He was like, I just want more to do, like, a better stories and stuff like that. And they didn't even call the guy back. So that scares me. Like, are they just lazy where nobody wants to write anything creatively? I think that might be it.
I put this one right up there with Big Bill or whatever his name is.
I think it's even.
I think it's I do too. And I feel like we should have went that extra step. I mean, PCO deserved it. He earned it.
The guy kills himself for fans.
Yeah,
he's over as hell, and he doesn't have to do much. And I bet all he wanted was like the shit like you were saying, like about how somebody controls him, like in Ring of Honor, how it used to be. Just make it make more sense. He's a guy who keeps coming back from the death. It doesn't need more. Similar to Giselle losing all the time, which I don't know if you, I was talking about this on the Facebook group, but it's so goddamn easy. You just show Giselle backstage for 30 seconds, like, damn, I got destroyed by Awesome Kong. Maybe I got to rethink things. That's it. She's a character now. Now she, it's a character.
And I do think
something's happening.
To Giselle, I do think too she needs a package reboot. I think what do they call her? I can't remember what she's referred to.
Quintessential diva.
Yeah, the quintessential diva. She's had that same.
Yeah, and she's not. Because like a diva is a diva. She's become a very good wrestler, and it's just weird, but whatever. So didn't like this at all. Yuya leaving. Hate the timing. These dudes are finally over.
Yeah,
these dudes. But I mean, Joe got him over. Yeah. He got over. Like finally, like 2 weeks ago, I think we talked about this.
Oh yeah, with Joya. Yeah, they were over with the crowd, which I didn't think I'd ever see light of day that I could actually, see people getting, with Yuya as his partner as him getting over. So
yeah,
I mean,
shocked.
Totally shocked. Creative for that.
I mean, I think I said many times, Yuya's never getting over. It's impossible to do with these Japanese guys. I mean, I think it's really hard, but yeah, he threw a tiny bit of comedy in, and obviously Joe Hendry helps. And I gotta say, not the worst timing. Well, it's bad timing for Yuya, but not the worst because they go into the UK, and I'm not sure how. I think we talked about that. Would Yuya work in the UK? I don't even know, but Hendry would. He'll be over as fuck. So then we thought Yuya was just getting fired because he lost the Feast or Fired, right? And then Santino comes out and booked a tag match and said Yuya can keep his job if Joya beats the Rascals. But they didn't.
Didn't he refer to Yuya as Yuya's?
Oh yeah, I mean, he just throws he could throw one letter on anything and it makes me laugh. He's easily the funniest character on the show. Fantastic. I keep paying him whatever the fuck he asks for. So yeah, I think they were having the it was kind of back and forth. Ref got distracted and spray paint.
Excuse you, Jay.
Oh yeah, sorry. Smoker's cough.
Or whatever you have handy.
Don't smoke, kids. So the Rascals get the win, and no more, I guess, Yuya forever.
Yeah, I wonder where he goes. Is he going back to New Japan, or is he just?
I believe so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Along with the other dude we loved.
Kevin Knight. Leo Rush.
Yeah, Leo. Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's.
So speaking of Giselle, she had a quick thing backstage. With, she said what would happen if she wins tonight, and she said she would go on to face Trinity for the Knockouts Championship. That's a nothing. That is an absolute nothing of a segment. Nothing was done there. Nothing. Of course, that's what she thinks. It means nothing, and whatever.
I think you're selling Gia a little short. She looked really gorgeous.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, so let's give her that segment a shout out for Gia Miller.
Yeah, so. Hang on, let me give myself one. Okay, nice one, Gary. Nice job there. Yes, Gia Miller is beautiful, great at her job. And yeah, so and then again another really rough one for me. Please God, end the design. Just stop it. Just like pretend. Just get it off TV. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, is it ever going to end? Now they're fucking with Josh Alexander. Like, is this a joke?
yeah.
What have they done to even mention Josh's name in this sentence?
Whenever anymore, when I hear the words of the what is it, the design, I want Will Smith to come along and tase me and make me forget.
Oh my God, seriously,
everything to do with this.
This shit is what's this been going on for over a year since EY left?
Yeah.
Good Lord, you don't have to. I mean, and they're still going on about EY. I mean, and I love long-term storytelling, but not when it's a terrible story that nobody wants to see continue.
Well, somebody said that the design storyline is kind of probably a little bit or good portion to be kind of blaming for Sami Callihan's defense that it could have been a career killer too for him with Impact.
Yeah. Also, got to mention my pal Christian said, just looking at their review fast, that might mean a stipulation match to end it once and for all at BFG. Thank you. That would be nice. That was for the Eddie Edwards thing. So, but hang on. They have, Christian wrote something that I liked here about the, thought it was something about the, okay, no, maybe it was last one. Oh, wait. Well, whatever. I thought she had something about the, I thought he had something about the design just being terrible, but I don't know, maybe that was last week. Does anyone like the design? Could we get some comments? Literally anyone. I mean, just talk about awful booking. These guys never win, and now they're calling out fucking Josh Alexander and Eric Young for what? The biggest beatdown in the history of wrestling? Shit. All right, so next up we get Tommy. Ugh, another.
About that other thing, though, feel free to shoot us a comment. Yeah. Go off on. Let us know how you feel about the design.
Again, we're not here to make anyone change their minds on things. I hope everyone loves and no, that's not true. I hope you don't love the design because I want it to end. So that's but it's not like a personal thing because I look around and nobody really gives a shit about them. It just is what it is. Yeah. So Tommy and Heath versus Kenny King and Sheldon Jean, and good Lord, what did Kenny King ever do to somebody at Impact? This dude is just, he had a nice little run for what?
Yeah, he's totally
a few months. A few months.
Digital media. Now we're making him wrestle against the guy he lost it against, who shouldn't even have the title in the first place.
And lose again. And then, I mean, I like Heath, but I don't know. I think that was a bad sign. I think it was a bad signing overall.
I like how you refer to him as Stone Cold Heath.
Yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he was Stone Cold. He was more of just a wrestler in this match, which was kind of odd. Yeah. He's Stone Cold Heath. That's the character you made him. He shouldn't be wrestling in tag matches with Tommy Dreamer. No. There should have been Dreamer and Rhino. Okay, that's my little change here. Dreamer and Rhino. And there should have been a DQ or something because I think you want to keep the Dreamer and King thing going.
Speaking of how we're doing this with Heath, we kind of keep emphasizing him. I got a question for the viewers tonight. Do you see Heath remaining with the company, or do you think we'll let him, part ways?
I was just gonna say, isn't there a rumor that he's leaving?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Okay. I heard.
You just pulled that out of your ass. Well, nice job. Yeah, I think he's leaving or whatever. And I don't know, it's just a weird signing. He didn't really do anything great. And he was cool. Yeah. They had a cool idea. Then Rhino kind of ruined it because then they went with the old reliable Rhino. Maybe sell some T-shirts. And I don't know. I guess I can't blame him for that.
I like that top 10 list where former WWE talent that never went over big in TNA.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, yeah, I could see him on one of those. And yeah, I mean, when Kenny King losing these things, it makes me worry. Shit, is Kenny going to be leaving soon? And I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want the show getting down to. I hate to say the Indians, but there's 4 Indians, and they kind of bounce back between wrestling and not wrestling, and they are back at these tapings. And the old ECW guys, it's just there's too much of that.
The thing is, I do think Bhupinder Gujjar is very salvageable. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think it could do something more with him. Why not make him a heel? Why force us to?
Yeah, no, they just keep them. They just keep it together. I think it's just a lazy ass thing, but.
Yeah.
It's an Indian thing, and that's all they'll ever be, it seems like. But yeah, Bhupinder was definitely getting better, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just don't. I'm afraid it's going to be like that's going to be the roster soon. The Good Hands and Bhupinder and whoever else. But
productive.
I do like the Rascals and ABC. That'll be going. They will have a fans' revenge match. Wait, what the hell's that? No, sorry. Bay talks about. Oh, this is the fans' revenge match is ABC versus the Good Hands. Would have been much cooler if it was ABC versus the Rascals, but okay, got to get the Good Hands out of the way first, I guess. And then we had Gresham and Bailey, which is always great. I would say this one maybe not as great, but finally some goddamn character progression for Jonathan Gresham, who's been bitching for a long time about people cheating, and then he cheats. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is great. That's a great story, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I put into tonight's thumb. I put great match, 5-star match until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Just kind of, I didn't see it coming. It's pretty cool. I do know Gresham has been a heel kind of before, but I don't know. Something about Impact's done a better job with a heel Gresham, kind of making you wonder.
I mean, I think it's kind of just everybody in life, but
yeah.
Who's not a better heel than a face, Maybe John Cena, because we've never seen it, but no pun intended there, actually.
Although I would love to see a Cena heel.
Yeah, I mean, everybody would. I mean, goddamn, talk about money. But whatever. Just going back quickly. So, yeah, I wouldn't have had the Price Rhino match on this. I would have definitely built up Angels more before he lost, but I guess they got to, push Bound for Glory. Still, give it a week at least. Let them talk shit about each other for a week or something. And then I would stick Rhino with Tommy Dreamer. I mean, if you're going to have them put them together. The Rascals and the Joya thing, I think if you're going to use that, why not play it up for a week, get people thinking maybe Yuya will win. Have that match next week after the promo, but whatever. And then, I don't know what to say about the Tommy thing or Tommy in general other than what you said, that I wish he wasn't wrestling anymore. And then I love the goddamn Gresham thing.
Be so blunt, but at this point,
right. I mean,
you keep saying you're gonna leave and this could be your last thing, and Jay thought all along you were still staying, Tommy, and I was one of the people saying no, I think he's gone this time, and then prove me wrong.
I kept saying it. I'm like, nope, he'll be back. It's sad, but whatever. Then again, another one. We got back-to-back very good things. Moose talking about how it's been a long time since he was the greatest world champion in Impact history. This is what we wanted. Fucking Moose as the man again. Love it.
Well, I totally see what they're doing here too, because when he got the case, I don't know if you noticed they panned on Meyer's face, and he's kind of like, "Oh shit, where's this leave me?"
Yeah, I'm out of it. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Maybe he'll end up screwing Moose or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
So Trinity defeats Giselle Shaw, made her tap out like she does everyone. I don't know why this match was needed. Trinity has been booked like a goddamn Goldberg, and I'm not complaining, but Giselle Giselle loses every fucking big match. Look it up. She's never won a title. She lost 2 straight main events now. Or no, this was main event. She's literally lost back-to-back main events. Pinned. And then tapped out. Never won a title match. So why is she in the goddamn main event?
Yeah, and the thing is, I think it it was more or less a setup to make something bigger with Mickey and Trinity. Yeah. And you did it at, a possible
Giselle's expense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, Giselle's been booked like shit. It's crazy. This would be like putting Jay Vidal in the main event, basically. But he's had less matches and he hasn't lost as many, so he'd be more believable, I think. Also, I didn't like this, the rematch clause.
Oh,
because does that mean Kenny King has a rematch clause? You know what I mean?
I would think it would withstand it.
If you want to go back with everyone else, they don't use the rematch clause. This isn't the thing they always use. I just know it. It's not. Maybe they use it sometimes, but you have to use it all the time or not. And I don't know. I hate the rematch clause. I always did. Unless it's a huge, maybe only for world titles you do the rematch clause, but this kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. One, I think, too, when you rely on that rematch clause, I think that's why you get certain guys with too many reigns as champion and you don't give. I can remember the time when I actually was rooting for Roxy Laveau back in the day. I was kind of hoping she'd actually win the title. I felt like she did more at that time, and she was over with a crowd, and I actually cheered more for her than Gail. I was kind of hoping they never pulled the trigger with Roxy Laveau, and would it have really made a difference if Gail had one less reign and
oh yeah, exactly.
Laveau had one, just one her whole career in Impact?
No, not at all. I mean, I was anti-Giselle at the beginning, and now it's like they booked her so bad. I want her to win a goddamn title soon, or she has to just get cut because it's insanely terrible booking. But I don't like this Mickey thing either, because wasn't it shady how she just dropped a title and then she was wrestling in Indy 2 weeks later?
Oh yeah, and then it was all confusing to everybody too, because it was billed as the last rodeo.
Exactly. Yeah, somebody on Twitter mentioned this, and then the person got abused, and I'm like, why are you abusing this person? It's such a fair question.
Yep.
Also, we didn't get to it. I forget what the hell this was, but sorry, here it was. Oh, here's Christian's thing as I popped it by. This gave me Gene Snitsky flashbacks. The design have worn me out over the last 12 months. Who knows where they go next? That was just I wanted someone else to bash the design. That wasn't just me and Gary here. So Crazy Steve attacked Dreamer post-match. We didn't get to that. And no face paint. What do you think about that?
Ugh. No face.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean.
No, I don't.
That's what he's known for. Now he looks like a regular dude. I mean, it's similar to Rosemary. He was an awesome looking character.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like they're taking away special. It feels very WWE-ish, when they take away special things for people, and we all bitch about it. But now it's happening with Impact, and it's just fucking weird as hell. But that was the end of that show, right?
Yeah, because main event was that Bailey and Gresham, or was it Giselle and Trinity? I think it was, or was it Josh? It wasn't Josh and Khan, was it?
No, Trinity versus Giselle was the main event. Oh. Then they had the final thing was Mickey.
Because I know earlier in the week we had thought that Josh and Khan were the main event, and you were like, "It's gonna main event."
Oh yeah, no, that's actually next week. So next week. Next week, thanks to Christian on their site, or not, whatever site they write for, tjrwrestling.net. Tasha Steelz versus Killer Kelly, who had to pull out of his show over the weekend because she had, I guess, an anxiety attack or anxiety issues. And as someone who has anxiety, it is fucking terrible, man. It's I have physical issues, and anxiety is probably worse than that.
Oh yeah, I've totally been dealing with them this weekend.
And certain people mock them and I don't think it's real, and Jesus Christ, it's the realest thing in the fucking world, man.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this podcast so special, is because we both deal with this internally on a daily basis. And Jay has ALS, and he has a crippling disease,
possibly, yeah, or something else. We'll see when I'm dead. That's usually when they do the they find out exactly what it is, but. Let's not be too sad. So next week we got the Bullet Club versus John Skyler and question mark, which makes me worry. Did we lose a goddamn good hand? And then Josh.
That's a very good question. I have not.
What was his What's the dude's name? Oh, Hotch, right?
Yeah.
I gotta check his Twitter. And then Josh versus Khan, and good lord, I don't even know what that is supposed to be, other than Josh just beating the piss out of him beating him to death.
On
that's what the booking should be on that match, is he gets beat to death.
Oh, and one last thing that I got to say is me and Jay found out some really bad news this week that PCO apparently left Twitter.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I guess, I don't know, maybe he's mad about the whole.
Trying to look him up.
But he did. Well, I don't know if it's really him on Facebook. I'm 95% sure it is. Pierre, whatever, his real name. And he changed his thing to he has a New Japan background now. So, guess he landed on his feet there. And also, before I forget, 10-person tag next week. This is weird as fuck. But it's to determine the number 1 and 20 spot in the Bound for Glory gauntlet match. Jake Something, Dirty Dango, Champagne Singh, Eric Young, and Jordan Grace versus Brian Myers, Bully Ray, Shira, Kylene King, and Jody Threat.
Wow.
I mean, I guess I don't mind the randomness because it's for that Bound for Glory match, so whatever. And I think Oh, always love these. Okay, this comes from our old pal BQ, who asks, "Hey Jay, I'm gonna steal your mailbag if that's cool. Also, how do you spell Giselle? For now, I'm going with Jissell. Thanks." Wow, that must have been like a late at night thing. Also notice he spelled Jonathan wrong. I mean, come on, dude. You've been around forever. You can't spell wrestlers' names wrong. I've gotten more shit from this from Rosemary for saying she deserves better than her goddamn bullshit one-time knockout tag team title run. You can't be spelling everyone's names wrong. Jesus, you're like the Impact dude, bro. I joke with BQ, but to be fair, I don't like the whole negative thing because I think it's a little fake. I'm negative. I'll talk about shit like the president is banging someone in the goddamn company. That's negative and it's real. That is real shit. He would never talk about real shit like that. Or how Garrett Kidney is a psychopath racist and a bunch of other people are backstage because everyone is friends with Voices of Wrestling, the literal open racist. But that's not a big deal because nobody like BQ would ever talk about something like that. And I got to give him a... I think that's all I got for this week, other than Saw 10 or Saw X was fucking fantastic. I can't wait till you watch it. We might have to pop on to your goddamn channel and do a review. That's how much I fucking loved it.
Yeah, well, I heard it received probably,
I saw
more
mixed reviews.
No, I actually heard it did better than the average Saw film.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, is that really a big step up?
I mean, it is because there's some people that like say some of the sequels were like horrible.
I honestly think it's, well, just watching it once, if not the best one ever, it's up there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Except you might not love this because it's more of a story.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I mean, Tobin Bell puts on a fucking acting clinic. Holy shit. Insane. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna ruin anything. But like, it's like a backstory about him, like most of the movie, and it's incredible. How do you kill that guy early on? Fucking idiots.
Yeah, they put themselves in a corner with that one.
I mean, you'll see that watching this movie, like, he is the goddamn franchise. Like, these other guys, like, goddamn, just fuck them all. Whatever. That's about it. And catch you next week.
Yeah, we'll be back from the same venue. I believe was this a 2-night taping, which would take us 4 weeks